Hello everyone, and welcome to our special sleep lecture series, Shadow Path. I'm so glad you've decided to join me today. If you're watching this, chances are you've had your fair share of staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m., counting imaginary sheep, or waking up feeling like you've run a marathon in your sleep. You are absolutely not alone. Poor sleep has become a silent epidemic in our fast-paced world, affecting everything from our mood and productivity to our long-term health. But here's the good news. Understanding sleep is the first step toward conquering it. Over the next few minutes, we're going to embark on a journey together, not into the darkness of sleepless nights, but into the light of understanding. We'll explore the fascinating science behind why we sleep, what our brains are actually doing while we're unconscious, and why those precious hours are non-negotiable for a healthy, happy life. Think of this as your personal roadmap to better rest. We'll demystify the stages of sleep, from the light doze-off to the deep, restorative slumber where the real magic happens. We'll also talk about something called circadian rhythm, our body's internal clock, and how modern life, with its bright screens and constant notifications, can throw it completely out of sync. So what exactly is sleep? It's not just your body switching off. It's an incredibly active and crucial biological process. Imagine your brain is a bustling city. During the day, it's rush hour. There's traffic, construction, constant communication. It's chaotic and energy intensive. When you sleep, it's like the city's dedicated night crew comes out. This crew clears out the trash, toxic metabolic byproducts that build up while you're awake. One of these is called beta amyloid, a protein famously linked to Alzheimer's disease. Your brain literally cleanses itself during deep sleep. At the same time, another crew is hard at work organizing the day's information. They are filing away important memories, connecting new ideas, and essentially solidifying everything you learned. This is why a good night's sleep is so vital before an exam or a big presentation. You're not just resting, you're learning and cleaning house. Let's break down the architecture of a typical night's sleep. We cycle through different stages, each with a unique purpose. It starts with stage 1, that light, drowsy state where you might feel a sudden muscle jerk. That's called a hypnic jerk. Then you drift into stage 2, where your heart rate and body temperature drop. This is where you spend about half your night. After that, we enter the most important phase. Stages 3 and 4, also known as deep sleep or slow-wave sleep. This is the prime time for physical repair, immune system strengthening, and that brain cleansing process we just talked about. If you're woken up from deep sleep, you'll feel groggy and disoriented. Finally, we have the most famous stage, REM sleep, which stands for rapid eye movement. This is when your brain activity looks surprisingly similar to when you're awake. Your body is paralyzed, but your mind is alive with vivid dreams. REM sleep is crucial for emotional regulation and memory consolidation. It helps us process the day's emotions and solve problems. We go through this entire cycle several times a night, with each cycle lasting about 90 minutes. Now let's talk about the master conductor of this whole symphony, your circadian rhythm. This is your body's 24-hour internal clock, located in a part of your brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus. It tells you when to feel sleepy and when to feel alert. The most powerful cue for this clock is light. When light hits your eyes in the morning, it signals to your brain, "Hey, it's daytime. Stop producing melatonin." Melatonin is the hormone of darkness. It helps initiate sleep. As the sun sets and light fades, your brain gets the signal to start releasing melatonin, making you feel drowsy. The problem is, our modern world is full of artificial light. The blue light from our phones, tablets, and computers is particularly disruptive. It tricks our brains into thinking it's still daytime, suppressing melatonin production and making it harder to fall asleep. This is why one of the most common pieces of sleep advice is to create a digital sunset, putting away screens at least an hour before bed. So when sleep goes wrong, what happens? The immediate effects are obvious. You're tired, irritable, and can't focus. Your reaction time slows down, making you more prone to accidents. But the long-term consequences are far more serious. Chronic sleep deprivation is linked to a higher risk of numerous health problems, including heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, and obesity. Why obesity? Lack of sleep messes with the hormones that control your appetite. It increases ghrelin, the I'm hungry hormone, and decreases leptin, the I'm full hormone. This is why you often crave high-calorie, sugary foods when you're sleep-deprived. Your immune system also takes a major hit, making you more susceptible to colds and infections. And of course, there's the profound impact on our mental health. Sleep and mental well-being are deeply intertwined. Insomnia is a common symptom of anxiety and depression, and lack of sleep can, in turn, worsen these conditions, creating a vicious cycle that can be incredibly difficult to break. Understanding this cycle is key. When you're anxious, your body is in a state of hyperarousal, the fight-or-flight response. Your mind races, your heart pounds, and your body is tense. This is the complete opposite of the calm, relaxed state needed for sleep. You lie in bed worrying about not sleeping, which causes more anxiety, which makes it even harder to sleep. It's a frustrating and exhausting loop, but recognizing this connection is the first step toward taking back control. It means that improving your sleep isn't just about feeling less tired. It's a powerful tool for improving your overall mental and emotional resilience. It's about giving your brain the downtime it needs to process emotions and reset for the next day. If you find your thoughts are keeping you awake night after night, it might be a sign to explore stress management techniques, and remember that seeking help from a therapist or counselor is a sign of strength. So we've explored the what and the why of sleep. The next logical step is the how. How can we start walking this shadow path toward better rest? It begins with establishing a consistent routine. This is the single most important habit for improving your sleep. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Yes, even on weekends. This helps regulate your body's internal clock and builds a strong sleep-wake rhythm. Your body will learn to anticipate sleep and wakefulness, making it easier to fall asleep and wake up naturally. Think of it like training a muscle. Consistency is everything. Next, let's optimize your sleep environment. Your bedroom should be a sanctuary for sleep, and only sleep. The ideal sleep environment is cool, dark, and quiet. Consider blackout curtains to block out city lights, a white noise machine or earplugs to mask disruptive sounds, and set your thermostat to a cool but comfortable temperature, usually between 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit or 15 to 19 degrees Celsius. Your body temperature naturally drops to initiate sleep, and a cool room helps facilitate that process. Also, critically, remove the television and try to keep your phone out of arm's reach. Your bed should be associated with sleep, not with scrolling through social media or watching another episode. Let's also talk about your pre-sleep ritual. Just as you warm up before exercise, you need to wind down before bed. This is your personal digital sunset. An hour or so before your designated bedtime, put away all screens. Instead, engage in relaxing activities. Read a physical book, listen to calm music or a podcast, take a warm bath. The warmth raises your body temperature slightly, and the subsequent cooling down can help trigger sleepiness. Gentle stretching, meditation, or deep breathing exercises are also fantastic ways to signal to your body that it's time to switch from go mode to slow mode. Avoid stressful conversations or planning your next day's to-do list right before you close your eyes. Write those thoughts down in a journal earlier in the evening to get them out of your head. Finally, pay attention to what you consume. Avoid large meals, caffeine, and alcohol close to bedtime. Caffeine is a stimulant with a long half-life, meaning it can stay in your system for many hours. That afternoon, coffee could very well be the culprit behind your sleepless night. While alcohol might make you feel drowsy initially, it severely disrupts the quality of your sleep later in the night, particularly REM sleep, leaving you feeling unrested. A light, healthy snack is okay if you're hungry, but a heavy meal can cause indigestion that interferes with sleep. Regular exercise is fantastic for sleep, but try to avoid vigorous workouts too close to bedtime, as it can be overstimulating for some people. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the basic science of sleep to practical strategies you can implement tonight. The journey to better sleep isn't always a straight line. It's a path, sometimes a shadowy one, that requires patience and consistency. Don't get discouraged if you don't see results overnight. Start by picking one or two of these strategies, like setting a consistent wake-up time or putting your phone away an hour before bed, and build from there. Be kind to yourself in this process. Remember, sleep is not a luxury. It is a fundamental biological necessity. It's the foundation upon which your physical health, mental clarity, and emotional well-being are built. By prioritizing your sleep, you are making one of the most profound investments you can in yourself. Thank you so much for joining me on this first lecture. I hope you found it helpful and illuminating. Please consider subscribing to the channel for more deep dives into the world of sleep and well-being. Sleep well, and I'll see you in the next one.